Shalom. I want to begin first and foremost giving all praises to the Heavenly Father Yahweh and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jehovah and Jesus. I want to give all praises in the ancient Hebrew tongue while facing the east. Call halal la Yahweh Basem Yahushai Basem Rukakwadash Barakta Yahweh Barakta Yahushai Tuwada Yahweh Basem Yahushai Basem Rukakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Yasharala, Greatmillstone. Shalom to the 144,000. Shalom to the elect. My name is Micah Allah, and today I just want to talk about this blackout that happened recently in Spain and Portugal. All right, Exodus 10, verse 21. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. Hey, the Lord's going to be bringing darkness again. All right, around the world, all right, all around the world. Spain declares state of emergency as Portugal struggles with power cut transport chaos. All right, look at the earlier parts of the news. They had to cancel flights coming in. Telecommunications at a critical moment, but still unknown. Hey, some people were saying it's CERN. All right, they probably firing up CERN. They needed the power from Spain because CERN uses up a lot of energy. All right, that thing uses up a lot of energy. All right, first started breaking at 7 a.m. So reports of widespread power cuts in Spain and Portugal. A huge power outage seems to be affecting swathes of Spain and Portugal. And they had traffic jams because, them lights weren't working. All right, but, eventually they got the power restored. All right, but the things were affected. All right, the metro station, all right, the subways. Spectators at the Madrid Open are forced to leave under a veil of darkness. A chef uses a torch to continue working at a restaurant in Madrid. Customers had to leave mid-haircut, says Lisbon resident. Barbers had to. That's messed up, man. The dude probably getting a lineup, and the Lord put a stop to that. All right. You see the power outages, man. That shit affects everything, man. All right, that basically just paralyzes the society, man. Society, modern society cannot function without electricity, man. A man in a shop at the Madrid Open earlier. A woman buying supplies in a supermarket in northeastern Spain that was hit by the blackout. People boarding buses outside the Atocha train station. This is all chaotic, man. Look at that shit. They're trying to get in there. People stuck at the airports. Right, chaos in suburban stores as cashiers switch from card to cash-only payments. You see, so when they bring out that MOTB system, it's gonna be some bullshit. Cause the power outages come. How the fuck are people gonna pay for shit? So that's gonna be a catalyst for chaos, man. People waiting outside a train station, they're just stuck. Flights canceled. People gotta walk and shit. They gotta walk home. All right, hey, this is the Lord. Hey, these blackouts, man. This shit brings demons out, man. All right, this morning I woke up with a blackout. All right, here in DR, which is a regular occurrence, but most of the blackouts, where I live, because DR, there's still parts of DR where the blackouts can last hours. All right, and there's parts of DR where the blackouts only last like 10 or 15 minutes, because and those areas are considered more advanced. All right, that's one of the areas I'm living in now. Matter of fact, if I ever gotta move, that's one of the biggest factors in there. I gotta move to a place that got good power. Cause I used to live in the hood, man, where there were power outages like 8 hours a day, man. Imagine not having no power 8 hours a day. Like the power. I used to joke that the power had a 9 to 5 job, man. I had to leave for 8 hours a day. But but yeah, man, I'm living in a better place now, and I got backup power. But this morning, man, when the power went out, there's people that don't have backup power, man. And, one of them was my neighbor, and this nigga just decided to start singing and shit, singing some stupid ass songs. All right, so just goes to show you, man, when that power goes out, all right, demons are gonna come out of people, man. All right, and as soon as that power came back, this nigga shut his mouth like a fucking baby with a pacifier put back in his mouth. All right, so this power is like a pacifier, man. All right, second Ezra 15, starting at 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. All right, this is talking about it's talking about not modern day Egypt. All right, because modern day Egypt, there's nothing of prophetic significance going on over there. All right, this is talking about spiritual Egypt mentioned in Revelation, which is America. All right, which is Babylon. All right, and the Lord is gonna bring plagues to it. All right, and one of those plagues is darkness. All right, the power is gonna go out in America. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. All right, because those machines that they use, machines that the farmers use, they're not gonna work anymore. Those factories that process food, that's not gonna work, and none of that's gonna work anymore. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. That means people are going to do whatever they want. All right, whenever you see post-apocalyptic movies, all right, apocalyptic movies, society, starting to crumble, what's the first thing people do? All right, they go and they try to empty out the supermarkets, man. All right, power goes out, food runs out. They start robbing their neighbors for food. All right, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So, all right, when that power goes out, man, that's gonna start like a chain reaction of demons coming out of people, right? People going crazy, right? Because breads and circuses, all right, breads and circuses, you need power for that, all right. Electricity powers up people's TVs to keep them entertained, keeps their phones charged. So when women are entertained, mostly women be on their phones. All right, and also the power is needed for that bread to keep coming in, right? For food production to continue. All right, so these power outages, man. All right, this shit is just. I wouldn't put it past Esau to be like, hey, let's just cut their power and see what happens. You see what they do. All right, this was all completely intentional, man. I wouldn't put it past them, man. All right, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right, we know how this devil gets down. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there. I hope the video is edifying. Shalom.